Overwatch announces dates for early access, open beta, and launch. Dragomon Hunter drops a hefty update introducing a new class, new maps, and more. Paragon announces early access and its free hero philosophy, and one of the most anticipated games of 2016 gets cancelled way before launch. What's happening, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements for the week ending March 7th, 2016. And starting out the news this week, we've got a lot of launches for some really exciting stuff. First up is Path of Exile's Ascendancy expansion, launching this past week on March 4th. This has been the biggest expansion launch so far, and PoE's expansions get pretty hyped by its community. So it was so large that the servers are actually having a hard time with this one. Besides the launch itself, the new challenge leagues have started, the Perandus challenge leagues to be exact. These brand new leagues offer players the wealth of the Eternal Empire. Discover caches of the Perandus family treasure, slay their guardians, and claim the coins contained within. Anyone lucky enough to uncover one of these lost caches will discover something remarkable. Fistfuls of glittering coins that can be exchanged with Cadirio Perandus himself for vital equipment and ancient artifacts. Check out the site posted at MMOHuts.com for more details on the expansion itself, and if you haven't already, catch my Assassin Shadow Ascendancy class gameplay to get an idea of what you might want to try out class-wise. As many of you already know, Black Desert launched this past week on the 3rd, along with a new launch trailer you see playing here. But of course, and unfortunately for a lot of the players, the launch didn't go super smooth. There were issues right and left besides the extremely crowded servers in the first place, no matter which one you choose. Some of the issues caused players to get kicked from one server and placed on a different server, not knowing where their character was going to end up next, so it kind of kept them from wanting to level up. And I know I wasn't the only one who had a character customization issue. Luckily, I didn't spend a lot of hours, making my character like I could have, but when I logged into the game, my character only came through with some of the customization that I put into him. There's also a well-known skill combo training quest that's bugged at level 5. I think this one has been taken care of already, but yeah, this is just naming a few of them. I can expect launches to go not so smooth, even for veteran game companies, but if a lot of your players are paying $100 to play your game, it's best to have things ironed out a little bit better to make a good impression. Just saying. If you want to read up on the potential issues, check out our 6 issues on launch day article linked in the description below. Also on the buy-to-play side of the industry, Overwatch announced its open beta testing dates and official launch date last week with a trailer to prove it. A cool trailer at that. The game is launching on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on May 24th, with an open beta test happening from May 3rd through the 9th. Well, realistically, the open beta is May 5th through the 9th, seeing that May 3rd and 4th are reserved for early access open beta, for those who have, pre-ordered the game but haven't actually got a chance to play in the beta. Pretty much anyone who's calling it Only Watch. But to recap, if you pre-order anytime now until the game launches, you'll get early access to the open beta for you and a friend, which is going on May 3rd and 4th, but everyone else can play May 5th through the 9th, even if you don't have a key or access now. I actually got flagged for access last week and finally got a chance to try out the closed beta round 2, and I've got to say, it's pretty fun. I'm impressed. Now, I've mentioned this because I've seen you guys ask why I haven't said anything about Overwatch in the recaps, and it's mainly because it's a buy-to-play game. We found that out late. Primarily, we cover free-to-play games at MMOHuts, but if you guys really want this, and any other buy-to-play games, we can sort of make an exception. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to cover Overwatch in the recaps, or even if you want me to make a first look, now that I have access. I'll do that too. I'm probably going to be playing the game either way. And speaking of getting into closed beta and early access dates, Paragon announced its early access date along with its philosophy on part of its business model. Now, you might not be too surprised when I say part of their business model is, in fact, Founders Packs, which will go on sale March 14th. So, you know the drill. Anyone who purchases the Founders Pack will get early access with persistent progress, meaning that they're not going to get wiped. This will also mean that they were going to be slowing down on letting random players in who have signed up for beta access in order to help push their Founders Packs. Fortunately, thanks to one of you guys, I got access to the beta, or alpha still as they call it now, but the early access, or in other words, less restricted closed beta, will start on March 18th. Now you're probably thinking, what does the Founders Pack actually get you? Well, it gets you skins, boosts, and other cosmetic items that you can already unlock just by playing for the most part. They're going to come in 3 different options starting at $19.99 and go up in price, but when the game launches, it will in fact be free to play, with all of the heroes in-game free from the beginning, and all skill cards are earned just by playing. So to me, it sounds like it's set up ideal for the type of game, but pretty soon, when early access starts, I'll be able to hop in and show you guys what to expect. As a reminder, you guys seem to like and need those. Blade & Soul launched its Unchained update last week as the second major content update for the game in its Western form. Unchained introduces not only the powerful and highly anticipated Warlock class, it also brings in 2 new environments, the Naryu Labyrinth Dungeon and 4-8 of Mushin's Tower. Head over to the site posted at MMOHuts.com for more details if, in fact, you're not already playing it. On a similar note, a new major content update for Tera launched this past week known as Dawnfall. In this new update, the Island of Dawn, an area that you should be familiar with if you've ever played Tera, now lies burning, a wasteland ridden with foul creatures, after the destruction of the World Tree. Sad day. Of course, it's now up to the players to rid the zone of the invading bands. Featuring an all-new storyline plus daily quests, the Island of Dawn will reward players with tokens exchangeable for Tier 7 and 8 gear, accessories, and crafting components. In addition to the transformation of the Island of Dawn into the max-level hunting ground, so to speak, the Dawnfall update sees the return of a fan-favorite challenge dungeon known as Dreadspire, updating the skills and powers of the bosses that lie within. The update also includes a new hard mode version of the Forsaken Island, Tera's current top-level dungeon, so yeah, it's a nice update for high-level players. Also on that note, a little birdie told me about an upcoming major content update for Echo of Soul coming this month. Not much information has been spilled out about it, so my apologies for the lack of details and video footage, but you can expect to see an increase in the level cap from 60 to 70, hundreds of new quests, new content and story, new instanced solo dungeons, new party dungeons, new character enhancements, gear, and skills. You can also expect more information on and around March 23rd when it's said to release, so stay tuned for more details as they become available. Also from Area Games, Dragomon Hunter released a pretty hefty update this past week, introducing a new class, level cap increase, new maps, new dungeons, new skills for each class, a new talent system, and prep for an Easter event. The new class is the Cavalier, or Knight. Not exactly sure. The video says Knight, the patch note says Cavalier. Whichever it is, they can wield either a sword and shield or a lance and shield in order to protect their allies. The new max level cap has been raised from the base level of 50 to 60 and the hunter level of 75 to 99. Likewise, the world has gotten a little bigger with new maps. New challenges await you in the scorching lands of dragons and drakelings. Plus, new levels mean you grow stronger, and that also means new skills and a new talent tree system. Now, as you level, you gain talent points to put towards unlocking extra stats and bonuses on a talent tree. This and even more has made its way into Dragomon Hunter recently. Check out the official patch notes linked in the site post at MMOHuts.com. Next up, the first chapter of Season 3 in Vindictus is coming to a close this month as Season 3 Episode 4 arrives with the continued story, the new battle arena ascending to the peak of Vinchinner, and a new raid. Season 3 Chapter 1 is ending with a bang as Lu Limfada takes the field. Lu harnesses the power of Fragarak along with his own magic to take you down. He has no need for finesse and he uses quick bursts of teleportation to surprise you with overpowering blows. But Fragarak isn't Lu's only weapon. Periodically during the fight, Lu will rise into the air and bombard the area with mystical orbs that will explode violently, ending your life quickly. Sounds like a pretty tough raid. Check out the new video along with the link to the patch notes at MMOHuts.com and expect to see the new content in-game on March 10th. Also last week, Warframe launches its new Sands of Inaros update, introducing the new mummy-themed Warframe known as Inaros, a brand new quest, massive updates to the reactor sabotage missions, and more. Inaros has a classic ancient Egyptian flair and can also be unlocked by completing the all-new Sands of Inaros quest. This new Warframe consumes the life of his enemies and summons sandstorms, just to name a few abilities, but pretty much all but one of his 4 abilities siphons health from his enemies, so yeah, we got all the health. Literally. Regardless, he's a really badass looking Warframe, but then again, that's a given. The ship's sabotage missions, like I mentioned, have received a total overhaul, complete with diverse mission objectives and new sabotage unique tiles. The revamps include interactive mission objectives that change depending on the squad's playstyles. These objectives create unique environment hazards and varying extraction goals depending on squad choice, so this gives the squads the decision to push through the attack, defend an important piece of the reactor, or take a more stealthy approach to complete the objective. The Orokin Moon tile set has been expanded to include new game modes such as defense, spy, and capture missions with 20 new environmental tiles and overall improvements to the older tile set rooms, including graphical and lighting adjustments. New weapons, new cosmetics, and more are part of this update, which is now live for PC, later coming to the consoles. For more information, check out the site post and videos linked in the description below. A quick announcement for a fairly large update to Robocraft this past week. The update is called Maximum Loadout, and its primary new feature is one that lets you place a variety of different weapons on a single robot. That's never been done before in that game. The loadout system has 5 assignment slots that will let you choose between the weapons you have placed on your robot. This design gives you a whole new approach when it comes to attacking and defending from a variety of new attacks from an assortment of weapons coming from one robot. Another big addition here is the new Blink module, which is exactly what it sounds like. This new tech gadget you can assign to a loadout key will instantly teleport your robot to a location at the end of your crosshair up to a short range. As you can probably tell, this can be really helpful evading incoming initial damage from large and perhaps slow weapons. Likewise, there's a new disc shield module that also is exactly how it sounds. A small fusion shield will be created at the end of your crosshair in the shape of a disc. This shield has the same properties as your base fusion shield, so your enemies can't shoot through it. Use it wisely. Of course, these are just a few new features in the update. Check out the patch notes for more details. Next up, in a shocking announcement that happened this morning actually, Microsoft revealed that it was canceling development on Fable Legends, one of our most anticipated titles for 2016. So that means that freaking Windows 10 is messing up everything. No, I'm just kidding. Additionally, the company has also proposed closing Lionhead Studios in the UK, along with Press Play Studios, just to, salt the wound. Not really any good reason as to why, although if you remember a few months ago, Lionhead Studios wanting to push back closed beta to polish the game more, that could have a lot to do with it. The news posted on Fable Legends' site indicates that no new players will be welcomed into the closed beta, but the game will actually remain open for existing players until April 13th. Just goes to show what can happen if you go Windows 10 exclusive. Microsoft apparently has the final word. Wow, that's not looking good for Gigantic. Or is it? This past week, Gigantic launched Closed Beta 5, and in addition to various tweaks and improvements across the board, 2 new major content updates have been added in, the Siren's Strand map, and the early prototype hero Paco. Siren's Strand is a medium-sized battleground, so about 2/3 the size of Sanctum Falls, and is covered with snowy wreckage and obstacles that create new caverns, paths, and choke points that offer new strategies in battle, so it's kind of chaotic. The new prototype hero, meaning he's only available for testing for a short time frame currently, in his case he's available until March 10th, is Paco, a small snow guardian designed as a frontline tank with control skills and an affinity for ice. Head over to the site post at MMOHuts.com for more info and the official patch notes, but either way, it looks like Gigantic will be around for at least a little while longer. Anyway guys, that about wraps up this beefy week of news. Keep an eye out at MMOHuts.com. We should have a cool exclusive event happening for Asta really soon. Like always, if you're looking for more information about the news featured in the recap, check the links in the description below or hang out at MMOHuts.com for the latest in gaming news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. But until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.